beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed, online and at the cinema. From the kids who are going to get through this award season if it kills them, it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Ezra.
I'm Helena.
And I'm Matty.
Crew back together. Barely.
That's right.
Because it is fucking hard times at the Sneople HQ right now for all of us. And I think it's important to talk about that kind of thing without shame. So I'm just going to say it right now. Welcome to Sneople at the Movies. Depression is kicking my ass right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
We in that seasonal depression / regular depression season. We're heading into the second worst month of the year, February.
Yeah.
We're heading into award season. The worst season. And my shoulder's fucked up. So it's just bad. It's all bad.
It's funny because I think this is seasonal depression for me because it's an audition season, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's not just seasonal depression, because I know for you it's not because of the winter times, it's because of the audition times, which are also very hard in their own way.
Yep. Fun times.
But, but by God, we're going to get through this. We're going to talk about the Oscars noms. Yeah. And we're going to get through this. We're going to talk about the Oscars noms, and that's it.
That's what's the... Oh, God, it's from... I keep trying to remember where this... You know how, like, really short, kind of out-of-context quotes from things will, like, drift through your brain? Or they just, like, get stuck in your head for some reason?
If it sucks, hit the bricks.
Yeah, exactly. God, I love that meme so much. If it sucks, hit the bricks.
Cops, if you're quick. You can just leave.
You can just leave. I showed that to my mom a while back, and she just, like, thought it was funny, but didn't really understand it. And I was like, that's okay, I'll accept that.
I had
no,
to...
it's
too fancy weeds.
No, go for it.
the phrase "achievable goals, please," drifts through a lot, and I finally remembered it's from Pride, the 2014 movie, where someone the group is they're waiting to meet someone, and it's they don't know what he looks like, and somebody says, should we try to look more obviously gay? And then somebody else says, achievable goals, please, Jeff. And so, like, that phrase is, it's just really punchy.
Please.
Achievable goals, please, Jeff.
I was going to say, in terms of having to explain memes to my mom, I had to do this morning because I came downstairs with a big old smile on my face because of my meme experience last night going into today. I saw a movie last night called Color Out of Space, which is it's based on a Lovecraft short story, and one of the producers on the film is Elijah Wood. Mm-hmm. And I made a really stupid, like, meme tweet last night on the bus on the way home, because this, like, the basic thing in this film is that there's a meteorite that crashes to Earth, and it's like the color out of space that starts, like, transforming everything around it is like this kind of pinkish purple color. And so I made a really stupid tweet that was just like me whenever I see the color anything pink after watching Color Out of Space, with the Andy Samberg in the what you say SNL skit photo
where he's just fucking pointing a gun at the camera.
Yep. And because people who worked on the film found it because I used the full title of the movie, they retweeted it, and then I got a notification that Elijah Wood liked my tweet, and I was trying to explain to my parents why my tweet was funny. And then they're like, I don't get it, and I was like, okay.
See, the video is the thing.
I don't think that they have. I was really hoping that was all Elijah Wood saw. He just saw a funny retweet. He didn't investigate further that my current username is Denethor the Flammable, and he didn't go onto my Twitter profile to see my currently pinned tweet, which is another dumb meme with his face in it, where I say,
"Oh God, I didn't think about that. Oh God."
me breaking off friendships with people who don't like Lord of the Rings with the I don't suppose we'll ever have to see them again, from the bootlegs subtitle meme. So,
look, I'm gonna be real here. I feel like just based on nothing other than my knowledge of Elijah Wood's like public persona, I think that he would probably think both of those things were very funny.
Well, good.
Yeah, I think so.
The color out of space is currently my most popular tweet I think I've ever made.
It has 51 likes and 18 retweets as of this moment.
Yeah,
that's incredible. I can't believe it.
My reach. My influence.
Though I have to say, the pinned tweet has 11 retweets and 31 likes.
This is true.
It's probably
like
your second most famous tweet.
It's not that far behind, for sure. Yeah, so that was my night.
Yeah. Follow Helena at Fortin Bros for more great bullshit movie content.
This is the
We've
content
literally
we're
never
there
said
for.
our Twitters on this show, but that's because they're linked in our pinned tweet on our Twitter. So I never thought about it, but also I'm like, wow, our Twitters are very, very good, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Just
real
that,
here.
the
Actually,
profile
we're funny.
layouts are very good. I just remember that my banner is male loves male. It can be possible.
I'm trying to remember what mine minus a fucking cap from the original series of Kirk like grasping Bones by the back of the neck and staring intently into his eyes.
Yeah. I also like that the three of us still have our Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
come up with
changing it
anything
until you do. Yeah.
We're all locked in this.
Yeah.
This is just like staring contest.
Ben was like, I can't believe one of you changed I think Leo changed it. He was like, I can't believe Leo broke it. I'm like, Ben, you changed yours like 2 days afterwards.
Yeah.
Where I'm probably gonna get like a text about that. And he's gonna be like, no, I didn't. I'm gonna be like, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me that you did, and I respect you. But also, the three of us are still locked in this death pact. So, and Leia and Madeline. I think
nope, Leia changed it.
Yeah, Leia's back to Sky Mall revival because we were talking about Sky Mall.
Oh, yes, that's true. So Madeline.
Yeah.
Madeline's still a real one.
Madeline is the remaining honorary Sneople.
Right.
A battle to the death.
Anyway,
what have we seen?
Fuck the podcast.
I maintain that my color out of space anecdote is relevant to film.
It completely is. I actually kind of forgot we were recording a podcast for a second.
Yeah, so I've been gone for longer, so I've seen more stuff. So I'm just gonna rattle through the rewatches because they don't matter as much. I rewatched Woman Under the Influence because my dad got me the 5 films by Cassavetes Criterion for Christmas.
Nice.
I also watched Rocketman with my parents. I watched Weekend. I watched The Favorite. I watched Parasite with my parents. I went to go see Maurice on the big screen as part of the Hollywood Theater's Queer Commons programming with Matty.
That's so cool. God, I was so fucking jealous.
It was an interesting time. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. It was mostly a good time.
About it more.
Yeah. I'll bet that honor go to you. I also watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'm excited to hear what you thought about that.
Yeah, it's like fine.
Honestly, that's what
basically
that's
the
what I was
opinion
expecting.
I've heard from almost everybody.
Yeah,
except for the people who are like, it was bad. There's not been many like, man, that was very good. Most people were like,
there's a lot of critics who have really liked it, and I get that, and like there's a vibe that I
were all of them
enjoy.
In the 60s.
Not all of them. I'm sure some of them were.
I think so. It's gonna win Best Picture then.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think that we'll see. We'll talk about that later.
I'm being mean about the Oscars.
Well, that's what we have this episode for. I mean, I like the vibe that he's going for, kind of in the beginning in it, and then it kind of lost me, and I don't know. There's some stuff in there that's good, and then I'm just like, that was certainly a movie that you made.
That is a movie that you have seen.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I saw Little Women with my mom at 9 p.m. at night. It made me cry 5 or 6 times. I had a good time. I watched The Last Black Man in San Francisco, which was very good. I watched Midsummer, which was also a movie. It was parts of it were very good, but also like I don't know if I will be seeing that one again purely for what my stomach can handle reasons.
Yes, that director, from what he also did Hereditary, which is a movie that I literally cannot ever see.
Yeah.
And that's made me kind of nervous about Midsummer, despite the fact that I have heard very positive things about it. It's just like, boy, that's just really what that director does. So
yeah, I mean, there's less of that kind of thing in Hereditary in terms of what he does, but there is a lot of oh boy howdy is there a lot of gaslighting in that movie, which doesn't bother in Midsummer, which doesn't bother like me specifically to the point of like I can't watch this, but also like it's just not something that I'm going to revisit. That's just fair warning.
So I can't see it.
And then I saw Color Out of Space, which was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I like every time I think that cosmic horror and like Lovecraft adaptations for some reason are going to be a thing that I am into and really vibe with, and they aren't really. I'm guessing because I've seen a couple of them now, and I'm just like people. And there are some people like I saw The Endless last year, the year before, which I liked much less than I liked Color Out of Space.
I don't even remember what that movie is. I'm gonna Google it really fast.
The Endless?
Yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Go. I don't think I can accurately describe it, so yeah, I would recommend a Google.
That's why God created the internet.
Yes. I don't know. Like, I think that there is something about cosmic horror, or at least, I guess, the fandom.
They escaped a UFO death cult, which is not really a phrase that I ever expected to see, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's like, Cthulhu shit in it and whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
A lot of people would like really love that movie, and I was just like, I thought it was quite bad, but that's fine. This one I'm beginning to see how it's kind of intentional. Nicolas Cage is in this movie doing this absolutely just like weird Nicolas Cage thing, and people were absolutely loving it. It was a sold out theater, and people were appreciatively laughing at all the stuff that was kind of stupid and dumb, and so I felt like this is something that I don't know, these movies actually intentionally go for sometimes. I don't know.
I think you just witnessed the birth of a cult classic.
Yeah. Absolutely I did, yeah.
Which is pretty kind of fun in its own funky little way.
Yeah, which is I think why my tweet got retweeted 18 times.
Oh, probably.
And because people were watching. It was like a sneak preview that I think was concurrent with the premiere in Los Angeles, I guess.
Oh, that's fun.
Because
what a cool
they
idea.
showed a little
more
thing.
Places should do that.
Yeah, they showed a little thing beforehand where Patton Oswalt was like introducing the film in LA, where they talk back after the movie with Nick Cage and the director. And he made a joke at the very end of it that was like, enjoy this double feature, Color Out of Space by Richard Stanley, but first, cats! And then he left, and it was horrifying. And that's it. God. Yeah, so it's been a interesting 4 weeks for sure.
You've seen a pretty wide variety of things.
Yeah,
yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't need to go into Lovecraftian horror right now, but just know that is a topic that unfortunately I have a lot to say about. So, just eventually when we do another horror episode, we'll just do that. So put a pin in that one.
You need to come up and meet my friend Tristan.
I don't know if the things I necessarily have to say about Lovecraftian horror are positive. If
no,
that's
I know.
a problem, okay, great.
I'm aware.
They're mixed. They're neutral. Lovecraft was a bitch. How about that?
Oh yeah, Lovecraft was a piece of shit. The vibes that he was fucking with are kind of interesting.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yes. No.
Sort of.
When you take them out of the context of they were all based in like xenophobia and racism and shit. But. I just said I wasn't going to go into this, so I'm not going to go into
sorry, yep.
But,
and the pin goes back in the grenade.
And the pin is in, and we're going to Is that what that means? I always thought, like, let's
Yes.
put, like, a safety pin in it and we'll, like, put it up on the board to, like, look at later. Wow.
Oh, no, I think it has to do with putting the pin back in the grenade.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. That could be bullshit.
I mean, does mine really make any sense now that I say it out loud?
No.
Thanks.
So, Maddie,
Anyway.
did you watch a bunch of movies that were fundamentally about people stealing shit?
They were all about crimes, yeah.
I love it.
Jesus Christ. I don't know if we ever asked for National Treasure 3 on this podcast. It sounds like something we would have asked for. And if it was, then this is another example of we asked for it on the show and it's happening. And that's National Treasure 3 news. So just
I'm
the hits
so
keep
happy.
coming. Give
Yeah.
me Sherlock Holmes 3 now.
Yeah.
So
Send us a screener. We will
Yeah.
write you a positive review.
yes. So we being a large portion of the gang, watched National Treasure 1 and 2 as a double feature. And then I went on a Twitter rant later about how movies that are good and movies that rule can be two different things. And National Treasures, the National Treasures, which are National Treasures, actually, rule. And also, they're not very good, I think, and that doesn't necessarily matter because they kick ass and I love them, and that has not changed. National Treasure 2 is a part in the middle where they steal the president and it takes like 10 minutes and then they never talk about it ever again. That's nuts. That's not the climax of the movie.
God, I wish that were me.
Very weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I watched another fucking Lupin movie. I watched, I think it's Lupin versus...
Predator.
Lupin versus Predator. Lupin versus Dracula, finally.
Yes.
No, but it combines two of my favorite things, which are Case Closed and Lupin 3. So I had a really good time. I think
Nice.
some people don't like it very much, but that's fair because you really have to like Case Closed to have liked it. But I do, so that's me. Watched
Hell
another
yeah.
episode of The Witcher. I don't want to watch it when my roommate's around because she doesn't really like it. So I'm just kind of plodding away at it. So I watched
Fair.
another episode, and I still like it. And then, as Helena mentioned, we went to go see Maurice on a big screen. And I had never seen it before.
We sat in
I
the
forgot.
front row.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't cry. I really thought I was going to be crying out there in a sold-out theater full of lots of other gays, and I didn't cry, and I was very proud of myself. But
Well done.
yeah, I really liked that movie. I knew I was going to. I knew kind of the general plot of Maurice, but not kind of the more intimate structures. And you and I think Helena had a couple of good little conversations about it, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get deeper into it at some point. Like, I think the fact that we have yet to do a episode that's just about, like, queers in media, is surprising to me.
Honestly,
But-
like, I think that's gonna be like a series. Like, we could do
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and the next 3 or 4 episodes of this are gonna be
Is
about
queers in media.
queers
Yeah.
on film. Yeah, queers in media.
Yeah. So we could get more into it then, but the movie itself I really enjoyed. The experience was kind of annoying. This is the same thing that happened to me and Ben and Leia during It's a Wonderful Life, where the way people were interacting with it, most of it was actually pretty good. Obviously, it was a theater full of queers.
Yeah.
But there were a couple times where people, like, laughed at moments that weren't funny or just, like, reacted in ways that were, like, I feel like not necessarily super appropriate. I realize the more we talk about this, the more we sound like stuffy assholes who are like,
Well,
"You
you
didn't
know-
emote in a theater," and it's like that's not
not what it's
necessarily what I
about.
mean.
It's yeah.
As people who talk in the theater to each other and sometimes have to sit at the side of the theater so we can talk as much as we want. That's not what we mean. I think it's the way you approach watching something in a theater that maybe is outside of your normal purview. Like, I think at some point you just gotta buy into what's happening for certain things.
That's what
Like
it
something
is.
like Maurice, which is a classic, which is a queer classic, which handles a lot of very difficult stuff and is also very British. You gotta buy into the fact that it is all three of those things. You are going to experiencing things that are emotionally tumultuous, and the people are handling them in very stereotypically British ways. You just got to deal with that. That's just something you got to go into it thinking yourself, or even if you don't know that, when you start, it becomes pretty apparent pretty quickly that's what's going to happen. You know, if you're surprised by something, I think sometimes there's gut reactions where you just can't control them. And
that was not a gut reaction.
That's
though.
not
That
was not what was happening.
Yeah.
You know, it sometimes it becomes a performance art of I am distancing myself from this thing because it is not. You know, I find external parts of it to be funny, and it's like, man, or like when you go see It's a Wonderful Life, you know it's a movie from the fucking the 40s, the 50s, the 40s. You know it's a movie from the fucking 40s. You just gotta buy into the fact that that's what you're seeing. And if you want to like make fun of it, do it at home, man. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It just feels rude to the people around you, especially for Maurice, because it's like that's. It's a.
Well,
I think Helena, maybe you have a better way to phrase this than I do.
I don't know. There's just like, it's something about like you said, like not sinking into the film's tone and idiosyncrasies. But there's something also about. I mean, I made the assumption, and I think that was largely correct, though not 100% correct, that a lot of people going to see this movie were also queer, and I don't know if the people who were reacting to it in certain ways were queer, or if they were just like, if there were straight people in that theater who are reacting that way. I don't know, but there's parts of that movie that are genuinely, they're not funny, because it's like that moment when they go down to the chapel or whatever, when he's staying with Clive and they're about to like make out or whatever, and then the butler like comes by on his like bicycle and rides past again.
People were acting like that was a rom-com moment of like, oh, they got interrupted, like, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was a moment of like, they're in a time where homosexuality is criminalized and they just got found out. That's scary.
Yeah, they were laughing at like the way that that little guy on his little bicycle looked like bicycling away, and I was like, okay, but the situation is extremely very not funny. And what bothered me the most, okay, so
I think for some people it may have been a lack of context. Like they were not viewing it as like they were viewing this movie not as a movie about being gay in a time where that is criminalized, or they were, you know, I don't know. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they view that moment as a comedy moment, as like we got found out, as opposed to like, oh my god, like this could be the end of us.
Like our life, our
lives are in jeopardy in many different ways. Yeah.
Well, there was a moment. So Clive and Maurice have that like intimate moment, and then Clive, who was played by Hugh Grant, confesses to Maurice that I love you. Maurice is like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't love men. And then they have this little scene where he tries to apologize to him, and Clive is like, fucking forget it. It's really painful for me to have to do this. And it seems like Maurice is not reciprocating. But then later that night, he like goes to his window and climbs in and kisses him and runs off to like communicate that actually, no, I do feel this way. And when that happened in the movie, when he climbed in there and he kissed him and then ran off and like said, I love you, and then ran off, somebody in the theater shouted, what? Like that? Like he was acting like he was, like that was, I don't really even know what, why that's your reaction to that kind of thing. Because it seemed very clear to me that what the thought process was there and what the situation was, but it felt like, and her saying that really, and the audience laughing at that, part of the audience anyway, really kind of took anything that was important about that moment and like flattened it. And
yeah,
you know, it's kind of rude when, you know, you try to make and I've done this before, I'm sure, when watching movies, because sometimes you feel like, I don't know, if you've seen a movie a lot of times before, maybe you feel protective of it and you want your reactions to it to be performative in a way, kind of subconsciously. I don't love that part about myself, but I'm sure that I've done that before. It is something that I think people do that makes the experience all about them. It's a very selfish thing to do, I think, and doesn't really take into consideration that, you know, there are other people here watching this thing who maybe are, you know, having a different experience than you are. And that doesn't mean that, like, you can't have your experience, let me have my quiet, intimate experience. But there are there are ways of watching a movie that don't ruin it for other people. And there are ways of watching movies and reacting to movies that, you know, do ruin it for other people. And I just don't think that people are fully aware sometimes of what those things can be and the appropriate venues for that. Like, people laughing at Color Out of Space last night felt totally appropriate and right, and because I think that's kind of what we were all expecting to be there for, and so maybe it's a difference of expectations. I don't know, but you know, I don't go to see It's a Wonderful Life in theaters to laugh at it. You know, and I don't go to Maurice in theaters to laugh at it because neither of them are comedies. They have moments of humor in them, but they are not comedies, and I don't go there to laugh at them. I go there to, like, have an emotion. So, like,
I don't go to movies in public spaces to make fun of them. If I'm going to make fun of a movie, I'm going to do it at home. I may go to a movie that is, like, there was a pretty reactive audience when we went to go see Knives Out, but I felt like that was appropriate because the movie called for that. These movies do not call for that in a way that is appropriate in a public space. Well, and also, I understand going to a movie and, like, making snarky comments to your friends, like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. You don't need to yell them.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't care.
I did not sign a contract with you to hear your jokes. They were not very good. Maybe make better jokes.
Yeah. Go home and write them out, and then maybe don't go to the movie. I don't know.
Get on fucking Letterboxd. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so God, that was a fucking ramble and a half. But
like, Rocky Horror exists. Like, there are performative ways of watching certain movies that are meant to be that are constructed to be those kinds of experiences. There are also movies where that is not the case, and it's just a matter of learning, of, like, I don't know, going outside and learning how to vibe with different people in different kinds of spaces and understanding that not all of them are the same. That's it.
I don't know. You went to a queer movie night and laughed at a queer movie at moments that were about, like, internalized homophobia. Like, I don't know, man. Feels bad.
Feels real bad. Anyway, wow.
Ezra, what did you see?
See, now I'm just, like, thinking about how much I want to throw Maurice on again because I fucking love that movie.
It was, besides the complaining about the audience, that movie was very good, and it, like, I've been thinking about it basically ever since.
It feels very immersive. Mm-hmm. I think
it feels very real.
It feels very real. I think it does a really good job of, encasing you in a world with very rigid and particular social mores and making you feel the weight of those and the way that they hang on characters. Mm-hmm. Maddie said something fun before we started streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Which is all of these movies are about stealing shit because Maurice is about stealing yourself back from a homophobic society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it when they do the crime. Sometimes the crime is being gay, but it's a good crime. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it took me a minute because when I started typing, I literally can't remember. I can't remember anything that's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. Does this mean I haven't seen any movies? No, it just means that I'm depressed. Because I did go see 1917, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a sec because it got nominated for some shit, and I have opinions on that. It was a very impressive technical achievement that the emotional impact of which I found to be very fleeting. I cared while I was in the theater, and about 10 minutes afterward, I didn't really care. Which is too bad, and it made me want to watch Dunkirk again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird...
again.
Yeah. I want to watch Dunkirk again. And then also, I finally got to finish the fucking Mandalorian.
Yay!
So I have seen Pedro Pascal's beautiful blood-covered face with helmet hair. It was such a tiny thing, but it was so nice that they took off his helmet and he had fucking helmet hair. I was like, thank you for this beautiful realism. Also, why does Giancarlo Esposito have the dark saber? What? Which I wasn't sure if that's what it was at first, because I know what it is, but I've never actually watched Rebels. Because I've never finished Clone Wars because I have attention span issues with animated content. It's getting... Full Metal Alchemist is like vaguely teaching me to fix that problem, but it's taken a while. He was fucking aces. Giancarlo Esposito is so goddamn good. He has
he's so good.
He has such command over his screen presence. It's so intense, and he has such an incredible ability to give off like a specific and almost like teeth-tinglingly intense vibe on screen. You're like, are you just like manipulating the currents of the Force somehow? Like, what are you doing? It's amazing. Teach me.
I didn't know he was in that show.
Yeah, he's not until the end, but he's fucking good as hell. And then he like whips out the goddamn darksaber, and I like freaked the fuck out and then they were like, surprise, we're doing a whole other season of Rebels to explain how this happened. And I'm like, I mean, yay for more Rebels content. So I finished watching The Mandalorian. I don't know. I think I watched some other... Possibly I watched some other shit. It wasn't important. Like, it didn't leave enough of an impression to be important. I don't know. Let's talk about award season. I don't want to, but we gotta.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's.
At the intersection of the supernatural and quantifiable, three wayward souls find themselves facing a world of the unknown and unexplained. Who among us can navigate the flickering boundaries between the paranormal and the scientific, and the questionable gray area in between? You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not of sight, but of sound. We invite you into this world, Parasites, an actual play horror tabletop show, every other Saturday on InfinityBreak.net, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look, real quick, last time we did this, I think we went through, I just read off all of the nominees, and then we talked about them. That took so long. We're not doing that. It's not worth it. I think we could talk about like the highs and lows, the hits and misses, and like also kind of our general onions on the subject. If you want to read the whole list, I'll tweet it out.
Yeah, I don't think we need to read the whole list.
I ain't gonna read that whole list. I did my time. I did that last year. I did that for you, listener.
Do we want to...
Never again.
Do we want to start with hits or misses? I think is a good...
Let's start with misses, and then we can go, well, I feel like there's less hits. So maybe
I genuinely am like, there's like, I'm sure I could find a couple of hits.
What were the hits? Here's the problem: is most of the hits had a miss, like on the other side of the coin.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling as fast as I can.
Can I get mad for a second that the Academy is like just extremely horny for biopics, and yet, where the fuck is Taron Egerton's Best Actor nomination for goddamn Elton John?
It is strictly offensive. It's strictly offensive that Bohemian Rhapsody got nominated as much as it did.
Anyway.
But I guess they'd had too much of that for a year. Not that like, and it's so crazy because Rocketman like makes Bohemian Rhapsody, which is already a deeply shitty movie, look just like an absolute smear on the concrete of dog shit.
It looks like somebody's like. It makes that movie look like somebody's like failing freshman like film project.
Yeah.
It also didn't get nominated for fucking costumes, which is
a crime.
You degenerates.
That was like the one thing that it should have been nominated for. Like that was an easy one.
They recreated the fucking rhinestone Dodgers outfit, which is my like
Joker got nominated instead.
Mother bitch.
What were the costumes in that movie?
Did that? I mean, I'm not seeing that movie ever. Because I don't care, and as the fucking this is like the like additional tagline for this podcast is Guillermo del Toro said I don't have to do pop culture homework.
I will see it for
But,
us.
like, he wears like a
unfortunately.
suit.
I guess
I'm sure that
could,
there's other stuff going in. I mean, it's a period film.
Okay, fine. It's a period film.
A Joker?
Yeah,
It's
it's like
set in
set in the
yeah.
70s.
Which
it's meant to be like, I've seen Taxi Driver.
Oh,
I know, right? Rocketman is also. I know it's like, is that movie really just like Taxi Driver, but the guy's a clown? Like,
I think that
you can just hear the Academy like slap jacking it. Am I allowed to make that kind of joke on this podcast? I'm sorry.
you are now.
It's our podcast. I think we're already ready.
I mean, I don't know. Again, haven't seen
be.
it, but that is generally the vibe I get. And what's funny about that is that Martin Scorsese actually liked the director of Taxi Driver. Somebody asked him about Joker, and he's like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've seen that. It's whatever. It's fine. You know, he wasn't like expecting him to be like, oh, did you love this terrible homage that we made to your early film? And he was like, anyway, so
just
I love
Martin
One Old
Scorsese
Man.
looks directly into the camera and goes, "That sure is a movie I have seen," and moves on.
Anyway,
I love him. Anyway,
Parasite got nominated for a bunch
Parasite
of things, but it still didn't get nominated for as many things as it should
True.
have.
Also, you know what? One of the categories that I very genuinely believe the Oscars should introduce, that the SAG Awards does, is Best Ensemble.
yeah.
It needs
Yes,
a goddamn
yes,
Best
yes.
Ensemble award, because the acting awards are fucking
bullshit.
They're just bad. Also, they are eye-wateringly white this year. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I've gone blind
Burn your
looking
retinas out.
into how white these Oscar nominations are.
That's been kind of the trend this year, to the point of hilarious. Well, it's like the nominating Scarlett Johansson twice thing, which is really something. But they did that with a better actress with Margot Robbie.
Hang on,
at the
is she
BAFTAs.
nominated for 2 things?
Yeah.
Mother bitch, she is.
Yeah, so they nominated her for Best Actress in Marriage Story and nominated her for Best Supporting Actress in Jojo Rabbit.
haven't seen
The
Jojo
BAFTAs,
Rabbit.
I believe it is, nominated Margot Robbie for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and also for Bombshell in the same category, rather than nominate anybody else, which is like not a slam on Margot Robbie. I genuinely think that Margot Robbie is a
I feel
great
like they shouldn't be
actor.
allowed to
Honestly,
do that.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I will say, Margot Robbie was incredible in Bombshell. That movie was bad.
She's a very good actor.
Like, that movie was
Yeah.
like C+ tops. That movie was not very good.
That's
the
what
more
I've
I
heard,
thought
yeah.
about it, the more it fell apart. There is absolutely no goddamn reason Charlize Theron should have gotten nominated for playing Megyn Kelly, because mostly it was just creepy.
Yeah.
She looked like a mannequin a lot of the time, which I think actually might just be how Megyn Kelly is. Like, full offense to I almost said no offense to Megyn Kelly, but full offense to Megyn Kelly. I'm sorry, like, I talked about Bombshell before, like, sexual violence is categorically absolutely always bad. Also, people who work at Fox News are bad people. Those two things can happen at the same time. Anyway, Margot Robbie was really goddamn good in that movie. Like, she was really goddamn good in that movie.
Nominate her, and what they should have done then,
Also,
because
she's
her role,
the main fucking character.
yeah, they nominate her for that, and they don't nominate her for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but she's not really in it. So I don't really understand.
Does she play Sharon Tate? Is that
She
why?
plays Sharon Tate.
Okay. Who's, as far as I understand, is, like, not really in that movie. She just, it's noteworthy because she plays Sharon Tate. Once again, I will probably see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood like 3 years from now when nobody cares about it anymore, because that's the level of investment I have. Anyway.
You're valid. I mean, yeah, it's delightful whenever she's on screen. I will absolutely, categorically stand by that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's also just not, it's just barely a role. And it's one of those supporting actor roles where you're just like, I mean, they were there and they weren't leads, but I mean, does this really qualify as a best supporting role over any of the women in Parasite? I don't really understand.
There should be a category for best bit
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Which sounds very mean.
No, honestly, I mean,
but...
I would.
Best actor.
I think that, but there's you could have a separate one that's like best featured actor. I know some other awards show does that, which is like, it's like you need a category for best fucking like use of a small amount of screen time.
Just do best ensemble, and those people will
Just
be
do best
included in the
ensemble.
best bit parts.
Just
and
do
that'd
best
be right.
ensemble. You heard it here, not
So
first,
real quick,
kids, but I'm sure other people have argued that before.
What would we nom for best ensemble for the
Parasite!
Oscars? Parasite, obviously. Knives Out.
Yeah, Knives Out, for sure.
Yeah, Knives Out, Little Women, The Farewell, and Booksmart were my 5. I think there would be probably more in there as well. I mean, Knives Out and Parasite are kind of the perfect ones for that, because I feel like in both of those movies, I mean, there are technical protagonists, but there's kind of it really truly is an ensemble where equal weight is kind of being shared by every member of the cast.
Yeah, I think that's very true.
I think those are kind of the two best ones.
Would Us have been this year or last year?
Us is this year.
Okay. I also did not see it, but so I can't actually make an opinion about it. I was just like, I feel like I heard that was a pretty good.
It was a good movie, and I think for my issue with that one is Lupita Nyong'o being shut out of Best Actress, because she's playing 2 parts in that movie and doing an incredible, terrifying job. She's been doing very well.
Yes, but
I cannot watch that fucking movie.
Helena, she's a black woman in a horror movie. There's the 2 things.
I know.
Those are the 3 things that the Academy hates.
I know it.
Black people, women in horror movies. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, because they were like, we nominated Get Out. Now we get to like rest on our racial equality laurels for the next 15 years.
It didn't even fucking win. Didn't even fucking win.
Well,
I mean, it won once. It won one thing, so that's it. That's all they get.
When?
Get Out?
Oh, sorry, Get Out. Sorry, you said Get Out, and I was thinking very hard about A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay.
No.
I haven't seen that movie. That one I might.
Get Out should have won more. Also, God, Get Out really should have.
Isn't the thing is that A Quiet Place like didn't win for like sound editing, and everyone was just like, "Do you understand what the concept of sound editing is?"
It lost to Bohemian
Rhapsody,
if I recall.
Yep.
And that was one of the greater crimes that happened at the Academy last year, but it wasn't the greatest crime, as we all recall, which shows how bad the Oscars were last year. That was not the greatest crime that happened. There were many, many awful crimes, and I will not forget them. The Academy shall never be forgiven. Anyway,
so anyway, the director of The Hangover has the Best Director Oscar nomination. That's Todd Phillips.
Yeah, sure
for
does.
Joker.
Okay, so I'm gonna dive right into this with fucking, basically, oh, Jesus. So, believe it or not, thus far, the only 2 Best Picture nominations I've seen are 1917 and Parasite. I will not, to be fair, okay, like, I could see Ford versus Ferrari. I probably won't be watching The Irishman. I'm kind of on the fence about Jojo Rabbit. There's just a point where, like, there's only so much Nazi content I need to introduce into my life, and that might be, like, more Nazi content than I need to introduce into my life, even though it is Taika Waititi, who I generally trust. I don't want to see Joker, but, like, I guess I could grit my teeth and do it. I do want to see Little Women. I will probably watch Marriage Story at some point. I will watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood like 3 to 5 years from now when I don't care anymore. But I've been seeing a couple of things that are like, oh, you know, like this really could come down to Parasite versus 1917, and I want to talk about those 2 movies for 1 second.
Yeah.
Which is, I think they both have a lot of, like, they have a lot of shock value. And they're both incredibly, like, technically well executed films that are paced very well and rely a lot on, just their like, they took an incredible amount of skill to execute. Parasite, I fucking left the theater and was just like could not stop turning over the intricacies of it in my mind for like days. 1917, I don't really know why they made that movie other than to prove that they could. Which, like, ouch, but I mean it. It doesn't have anything to say, really, about war. It didn't feel like it had anything to say or anything meaningful to add to the conversation about the legacy of World War I. Other than, I mean, and even in terms of, like, parts of it were very harrowing to experience because the sense of danger was incredibly visceral. But I didn't even really feel like it had a whole lot to add to the conversation about how much World War I sucked. Like, this is, I mean, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but, like, Warhorse made me more revolted by the appalling waste of World War I than 1917 did. Like, and
wow.
I mean, look, Warhorse is what it is. It's fucking, you know,
bad.
Warhorse is not a good movie, but it is very emotionally affecting.
Sure. Yeah.
It does what it sets out to do, which is fucking drag your emotions out into the back alley and beat the shit out of them. It's a tearjerker. Like, you just cry a whole bunch because all of these senseless, horrible things keep happening to people who don't deserve them. Who could never have done anything to deserve them, whether that's young men who are just trying to grow up and be young men or horses. Like, it's, you know, the fact that that movie does have a point, and it is we treated people like, you know, it's like we treated these animals just with an unbelievable amount of just like callous cruelty, and we were doing the exact same thing to an entire generation of people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Is it ham-fisted? Yes, it's fucking ham-fisted. But it has an impact. 1917 was just, like, weirdly bloodless. And it's, you know, it has these, like, flashes of, like, people are trying very hard, but the whole thing feels like a, like check out how cool we are, we can do all, like, we check out this, like, incredible technical thing that we did, where you're like, wow, I kept sitting there going, wow, I wonder how the fuck they did that, not like, oh god, I hope this kid doesn't get blown up. And, like, that's not a fault of, like, George McKay is great. He has a very engaging and appealing screen presence. But, like, this movie is mostly him, like, being scared and running away from things. I don't know. It's just... It just felt kind of... It just had very little impact on me. Whereas, like, Parasite, like, made me think about a ton of different things. About... like, it made me really genuinely think about, like, the ethics of class conflict and how it intersects with gender roles and, like, a lot of stuff. And, like, 1917, the biggest emotional impact it had was, like, there was, like, one scene that was very emotionally affecting, and then also I got really excited when I realized that one of the NCOs in the, like, battle sequence at the end was Jamie Parker. And I kind of, like, sat up straight and did, kind of did a little thing with my hand, like I was waving at the screen. I mentally went, hey, it's Jamie Parker, hey! So, yeah, I don't know. I think I would be disappointed if 1917 won Best Picture, because I think that it is an incredible technical achievement, but it's really not that much of a story.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go.
Feels bad, man.
And, like, and I think that the flashiness of its technical achievement is very impressive, but because it wasn't in service of an engaging story, it is worth less to me as a appreciator of film. And I think it sucks that it's because it's easy to see how hard it was to pull off, that, like, that's what I feel like has become kind of the criteria for, was this good editing? Like, can you see how hard it was? Whereas it is just as difficult to make good editing invisible in its service of the story, but nobody wants to give that awards. Like, think about how well Parasite is edited. Think about how intricately and perfectly that movie is put together.
Yeah, I know.
And think about how you watch the whole thing and you never think about the film editing.
Yeah.
Because every single tiny flash of thing, you can't imagine how it could have been put together any differently. And it's so perfect that it seems invisible. That, I think, is just as much of an incredible technical achievement, if not more, than this movie looks, than we were able to shoot 15 minutes of film without having to cut, because it's look how well we timed these explosions.
Well, it's like what you're saying is, like, everything in Parasite feels like what a movie should be doing, which is what we are doing in terms of directing and editing and production design, etc. And I mean, of course, acting as well, is in service of the story that we are trying to tell. Whereas 1917, it seems to be, from what you're saying, is like, let's build a story around this idea. I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that that's how it, like, panned out for the people who made it. Maybe they had the idea to tell this story before they were like, hey, and let's film it like this for shits. But, that's kind of what it seems to come off as. I still want to see it just because, I don't know.
Oh, I think I'm not
like
saying
to see
it's
it,
not
but
worth seeing, and I would be very interested to hear your thoughts about it. But, like, I'm just thinking about, like, I could not stop comparing it to Dunkirk. Just because that was...
I think it would be difficult to not.
It had a lot of things in common with it, and, like, I had very little... And, like, okay, so I went and saw Dunkirk. I read a bunch of fan fiction for Dunkirk because even these characters who we got these little snippets of were very punchy. They were very, like, I immediately, like, understood who they were and got attached to them. And so I wanted more of these. I wanted to know who they were. I wanted to know what their lives were like. I wanted to know all sorts of things about them. This movie, like, I didn't really get the sense that these people existed outside of their little blips of screen time. Like, all of these kind of side, like, there weren't, and there's side characters who are played by really very, very accomplished and talented actors. The only one who I went, there's more to this guy and I want to know what's up with it, was Mark Strong's character. And part of that was just because Mark Strong has, like, he just is so good at sort of, like, just giving you a look and you're like, oh, there are, like, 17 different things going on with this dude right now, and I can see all of them, but I can't identify them, and I want to know more. Like, he's very good at, like, looking like he's keeping a secret.
He has big Mark Strong energy.
Yeah, he has big Mark Strong energy. He was, like, the only fucking character who I went, oh shit, I want to know more about that guy. And then Richard Madden shows up at the very end, and I always, every single bloody time I see him in something, I'm just like, God, you just are impossibly beautiful, aren't you?
I hate it. I hate it.
Just, like, I don't understand.
So infuriating. I feel very validated right now, though, in like this, in his career that he's having post Game of Thrones, because I remember being, like, the person in early Game of Thrones being gay, as you do, and people being like, oh my god, Kit Harington is so beautiful, and I was like, I don't know who this bitch is. Who's the older brother? What's he up to? What's his number?
Is he free on
Who's laughing now, bitch?
I know, right?
Anyway,
he's just, part of it's the hair. That man has, like, it's this incredible auburn color, and you're like, who allowed that?
Yeah, we were rewatching Rocketman, not to get too far off topic, but I was like, he's such an awful human being in Rocketman.
He's so good, and he is such a just incredible piece of shit.
He's so terrible, but I spent the entire time being like, God, he is just unearthly handsome. I hate this so much. I hate it.
He's such he's so good in that. He's fucking fantastic in that movie. Look, I know that the supporting actor and supporting actress categories are always, like, the most crowded of any of them, whatever. Like, the year that Michael Stuhlbarg should have been nominated 3 separate times for Best Supporting Actor and was nominated for none of them. But in further injustices of Rocketman being shut out of the acting awards, both Richard Madden and fucking oh my god, my brain just exploded. Oh my god, Billy Elliot. What's his fucking name?
Our boy.
Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell, thank God.
Jamie
oh my
Bell.
god, I'm so sorry. I'm really genuinely sorry.
I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah,
I was like, it's our boy.
Both of them were excellent. Just excellent. And, like, both of them were really, I think, truly supporting performances. They both had incredible chemistry with Taron Egerton of different kinds, and his performance would not have seemed nearly so rich and three-dimensional without the ability to play so brilliantly off of the work that both of those other men did.
Agreed.
Yeah. The score for 1917 was pretty good. That song that somebody's singing in the trailer, that's, like, that is in the movie, and that was really beautiful. So, like, the music was good. But again, like, I don't know, that's kind of, it just didn't really have a whole lot else going for it. Ouch.
It was more of a technical showcase than an actual, like, war movie, which is, like, you're gonna deal with one of the most difficult and emotionally vulnerable genres in the game, and you did that, I guess.
It got nominated for Best Original Screenplay, though.
Fucking why?
Because the Oscars are a goddamn sham.
Best Original Screenplay should go to Parasite or Knives Out. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
There's almost no screenplay for 1917. Why did it get nominated for Original Screenplay? There's basically no screenplay. Sorry, I'm done.
Because the Oscars are a sham, and they have many things which they will need to atone. The Academy has many crimes which they will need to atone for
in hell
when they get to the afterlife and have to face me specifically. So I have a few items of note that I have been thinking about while you were talking about 2 movies I have yet to see. I was listening. Let me be clear, I was listening, but also my sub-brain was thinking about other things also. Because one of them is very important, and it's that Richard Madden and Matt Bomer should play brothers and or cousins.
God. Oh, I hate you.
Oh, I hate you, but you're right, and you should say it.
I'm gonna go. I'm dying.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
so,
continue.
now that I've said that,
yeah.
I wanted to kind of briefly move to Best Animated Feature Film, which this year is not as exciting as it was last year. But I was looking at it again, and I did remember that Frozen 2 did get shut out.
Wow.
And I think that there is only one Disney joint on this whole list, so...
You're right.
Fuck yeah, and that's Toy Story 4.
Okay, which I didn't see.
Klaus is on here, and I think it is well-deserved. I really liked that movie, and it was very, very pretty.
Oh yeah, the art is so
Missing
gorgeous.
Link is on here, and I've decided that I am now excited to see it, because I forgot there was a Leica joint.
Oh,
so
yeah!
That's the next thing on my list for my Hugh Jackman Rotten Tomatoes challenge, so I'm excited to actually see that now. I don't know what I Lost My Body is.
It's a...
Oh, no, I do know what it is. I said that out loud, and then I was like, no, I read an article about it. That sounded very good, actually.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that. I have yet to see it.
And that one is more of an adult animation, actually, so that makes it a very interesting pick for this list.
It's cool to see that.
And it's French, I believe. So, interesting stuff all around.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my main opinion, is I wanted to talk about
Oh, yeah, which is, I think, very...
How to Train Your Dragon is, like, kind of a boring pick, but that's
I
fine.
forgot that they made yet another How to Train Your Dragon movie.
Yes, there are no 3.
I mean, I cried, but, you know, it was fine. It was not... Neither of the sequels have been as good as the first one, which is a tragedy, but also I love the first one probably more than any human should
Yes,
strictly
the first
love.
one is very, very,
hang on.
very...
Okay, this How to Train Your Dragon movie, is this the one where he, like, finds his mom, or is that the second one?
No, that's the second one.
That's the second one. This
okay,
one is
cool.
the one with the heterosexual dragons.
We're good. Okay, so I saw the trailers for this one, and I got really scared that I had seen this movie and forgotten about it. No, I saw the second one because I saw it with my mom, and it had, like, you know, mom-child content, and I remember, like, not expecting to get emotional about my complicated but loving relationship with my mother during How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, it was rough, buddy.
Yeah.
It was rough. There's that scene where, like, his dad starts singing this old, like, ballad to his mother or something, and he, like... And the thing about the How to Train Your Dragon movies is that they are like, exquisitely animated, and they're very, very good at displaying more complex human emotions. And the way that they displayed the emotions that were happening in that little scene in How to Train Your Dragon 2 are just incredible, and also I cried a lot. I don't remember anything else about that movie except that his dad dies. Spoilers. And that scene, but...
that's a DreamWorks?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, they have got some shit on lock,
they
for sure.
They fucking do.
They've really figured some stuff out.
Yeah.
I'd love to see more from DreamWorks in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, and
What are
I
they
always
up to?
forget that the guy who fucking, it's like the single most famous thing that Jay Baruchel, it's a Baruchel? I don't know. I look at it and I want to pronounce it like Hebrew, so I don't know how you say this gentleman's last name. Sorry. I think you're great. It's like the single most fucking famous thing he's ever done, and then the rest of it is just like, he's in all these weird movies, and like, I'm just over here like, God, I love Goon.
He's in the Nick Cage Magician's Apprentice.
Yes!
Isn't
Yes,
that him?
He's in all of those Judd Apatow comedies playing like side characters, stoners, and I love him very much, and I have a very, very big crush on him. He is one of the leads in This Is the End, which is not a film that
I was gonna say This Is the End, which I think we saw in theaters for some reason.
I saw it twice in theaters.
I think maybe we just went for him. That sounds like something we would
I
do.
don't want to recommend it. This Is the End.
Oh God.
This Is the End. I also would not recommend it. It was not good, and it did not
It's
rule,
not good.
but I had a good time.
It's very funny in some ways, which I am not proud of. I laughed at it a lot. I'm not proud of it.
And also not funny in other ways.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, sometimes you just see a movie like that. You just gotta accept that that's what's up.
Yeah, he's very good in it. Jonah Hill is also very good at it.
Fucking, yeah.
Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. I have a crush on Jay. It's fine.
He's incredibly good looking. And also, like, he is, I think he's one of those ones where I'm like, I just deeply, deeply have really extremely big gender envy about him. Like, just think for a second about, like, what, like DMAB me. It's it's a little bit of that, but, like, stockier. So, yeah, he's great, and now I really just want to watch, I still have never seen a funky little movie he did called The Trotsky, which is just, like, a travesty, and I need to get my fucking hands on it.
I'm looking it up.
It's very, he's a high school student. He believes he's the reincarnation of Leon Trotsky. I'm just like, I need it. I need it so bad.
It's Canadian. It made $0.44 million at box office.
Nice.
Well, I would like to increase that those sales by, like $10 by buying a DVD.
There you go.
I'd like. Farewell didn't get nominated for anything, which
which seems a shame.
Yeah. That's a pretty, I think, a pretty serious snub.
Yeah. It's.
Let me
go ahead.
Say this. First of all, I forgot that The Irishman was based on I Heard You Paint Houses, which is very weird for me. But I'm just reading the list right now. Separate from that, this is tied in that every year the Oscars pick like between 3 to 5 movies that they decide were like good, and then they nominate them for as much shit as possible.
Yeah.
Even stuff that I feel doesn't necessarily apply. So we are at a point in American cinema, U.S. cinema, I guess specifically, where there are movies every which way, and the Oscars, which are considered by many people in this country to be kind of the be-all end-all of film critique, have like no variety, and they have no diversity, which is a separate thing. And most of the picks suck. Is the other thing, is they picked like 5 movies and they were 5 consistently good movies. Maybe I would be less mad, but most of the time they're not. Most of the time they're just not. They made a lot of money. That's what it is most of the time they made a lot of money. And there was a great cultural interest in them. But it's like,
and the picks,
most of the critical receivement of Joker, I feel like across the board was like fine.
Well, it won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival, which
fuck, I sure forgot about that. Thank you for being like the person who actually pays attention to the wider world of awards.
Wasn't that also like
one.
A lot of the folks who
my curse.
Like I feel like there was some to do about that though.
Yeah, well, they're fucking weird over there. I don't know. I mean, it's certainly, it is done very well. A lot of people really liked it, but also a lot of people really, really disliked it. And, it's not a film that people seem to have lukewarm reactions about. People are pretty firmly, I think, well, that's not true. I've heard like middle of the road people being like, it's fine. It's not like the end all be all. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't put my finger on what exactly the reaction is that people in the Academy would have to that, where they thought, yes, this is cinema, more so than so many other better movies that came out this year. Theoretically, maybe I'll see the Joker and like it. Wouldn't that be weird? I don't think it's going to happen, but that'd be a turn of events.
No, I would watch it with you. I think you and I should get together and drink.
We should. And then we can watch Parasite when we're sober and be happy.
And we can watch Parasite, and have a palate cleanser. Yeah. It just makes me mad. And it's like, I feel like there's so many good movies out there, and they just get swept under the rug for the shit that, like, I mean, that's not true all over the board, but a lot of stuff, it's like, you picked, like, your 6 things, and we're like, we're going to nominate for everything. And I'm like, man, why?
Yeah.
Also, not to have a comic book opinion on my movie podcast, I don't think Joker should have been made at all.
Yeah.
Because part of the most interesting thing about the Joker, who's one of my least favorite Batman villains, actually, the only interesting thing about him is that he lies about who he is. That's, like, his whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that, like, everything about him is a facsimile, and it's not because he's, like, it's because he's a shitty gaslighter who gets joy out of, like, spinning all these tales about himself. So the fact that they made a movie to tell, 1, his true backstory, and 2, that they made it like a tragedy is like, you're missing the whole point of the villain.
Yeah.
So
it's not even,
the Joker should have never been made.
It's not even
like, take that to the bank.
It's missing the point of the character for sure. And I think that for some, I mean, it's not even really, I mean, obviously it is very heavily affiliated with DC, but it's not even like a DC comic book film. It's like, it's Todd Phillips' Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, so it's it's this weird entity where it's not...
Grow up. You made a comic book film.
Yeah, you made a comic book film.
Just commit to it.
You didn't make Taxi Driver. You made a movie about the Joker. And it's not even the best Joker performance, I would probably say, because Heath Ledger exists, or,
because Mark Hamill exists.
Also Mark Hamill
goddamn clown.
Yeah, well, and the thing that you say about, like, Joker's character, like, always lying about what he is, and listening to that is, like, it just makes me want to rewatch The Dark Knight, honestly, which is, like, not something that I say all the time. Like,
a weird impulse to have, but I do own them on DVD, so
it's a good movie, though.
You know what I want to watch now?
It is.
Under the Red Hood.
What?
Yeah.
I want to watch it. Shut up. It's my sleepover, and I'm going to pick the movie, and I'm picking Under the Red Hood.
Maddie.
I want to watch Batman.
Maddie, come over. Let's watch Batman Beyond. I just want to go see Little Women, and, like, I want to go see Little Women with my mom, and, like, because of scheduling issues, like, she's not available for, like, a weekend and a half. And I'm like, Mom, please.
I know, my mom and I made a commitment to see, what was it, on a Monday, to see it on a Monday or something, and I were going to go see like a 7 p.m. like, you know, normal people showing, and she couldn't do that, and I was like, okay, well, it's fine, like, we'll go see it later, and she was like, are there any late night showings? And like, if she had known to use emojis, she would have put an eye emoji in there.
Oh my god, I love it.
And I was like, well, there's a 9 p.m. showing, which would mean we'd get out of the theater at like 11 o'clock, 11:15. And she was like, let's do it. I was like, okay.
Hell yeah.
You mad woman.
Hell yeah.
But we did do that. It was kind of great. I cried a lot. Like, I was expecting to cry during that. But oh my god, guys, I really cried many times. Like, really bad.
Yeah, so did Madeline.
It was rough. I mean, it was good. It was a good time, but also I was like, wow, I'm so weak. Anyway, glad to see it.
I really want to go see it.
Damn. So okay, so I literally was just like, what the fuck is the Two Popes about? I have seen literally nothing about the Two Popes at all. I haven't seen a trailer. This whole time, I didn't know which two popes they were referring to, because there's been a lot of times in the history of the Roman Catholic Church where there's been more than one pope.
More than one pope?
This could have been, there were like 5 popes at one point, because the French are fucking nuts.
Boys' night, me and all the boys become the pope.
It's like, you know, but also, like, they're all, you know, they just spent all their time excommunicating each other. So, like, they weren't even, it wasn't even like Pope Squad.
That's like when we get together to play Monster of the Week, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, but then, like, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, both Jonathan Pryce and Anthony Hopkins got nominated for the Two Popes, who are both playing popes. But, like, man, how do you decide which one's which one's a best actor nom and which one's a supporting actor nom? Like,
I don't know.
You know, that launches me down the rabbit hole of like Oscar campaigns, which are just butt fuck insane. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of money that gets spent on this shit, and like the amount of fucking politicking and weird bullshit that goes into like constructing an Oscar campaign just makes me want to like yart. It's
you have to decide which pope is the emotional core of your movie about the two popes.
What the fuck? You know, it's just
tag yourself.
It's just
which pope are you?
Bad.
I'm the secondary pope.
I'm the tertiary pope.
Helena, this clearly makes you the emotionally significant pope.
It's just, I mean, no, because like, and like I don't think the technical awards like have the same kind of a thing, because the technical awards are all about being judged by your peers.
Yeah, which means that they
are, and that means that they're better. They have
theoretically.
They have a different kind of perspective.
Yeah, I still have seen some SAG picks where I was like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's fair. But like,
generally, they're a little
the fucking screen act, the fucking screenwriters ones, and like, you know what I mean.
I do, and I agree. I think generally, because they're being voted upon by people who are in the craft, who knows what goes into making them, and does it, they are generally better voted than the fucking Academy, which is full of people who may or may not be involved in film.
I mean, they have the directors like branch for the directing awards. Like, they have the branches and stuff for them.
Yeah, okay, that's all right.
But still, I don't know if that's really the issue. I feel like there's something else going on.
I mean,
I don't know what it is.
Thinking about like,
I feel like they gotta vote people out every few years and bring in new folks.
I'm thinking about the fucking infrastructure of campaigning for Oscars, which is like a whole separate thing from promoting your movie. And studios only have the money to launch a certain number of those campaigns, and so they make decisions about what films to promote for awards versus other ones, and like how much to allot to that, because it's an investment. You make more money when people are like, it got nominated for an Oscar, I should go see it, or it gets re-released because it got nominated for an Oscar. So it's an investment. And that
and you spend more on the movies that you think are likely to do better.
So it reinforces I think it really does end up reinforcing the kind of parameters of the kinds of movies that get nominated for Oscars, because if you're spending a shit ton of money on that, you're gonna pick the kind of movies that get nominated for Oscars.
Yeah, you're gonna make the safe choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
that's why the Oscars are a fucking racket.
Yeah.
But, hey, at least I don't gotta watch goddamn Ricky fucking Gervais. I was like, the Golden Globes, time to watch a YouTube clip of Taron Egerton accepting his award, and like and then like and not acknowledge that the rest of the thing happened, and then like forgetting to thank Elton John, and then panicking later on Twitter. Also, this is we should probably wrap this up, but this is my last sort of silly thing, which is Best Original Song. Thinking about the Best Original Song one. And I don't actually, like, I haven't seen most of those movies, but somebody pointed out something really funny, and it's that when Elton John and Bernie Taupin won Best Original Song at the Golden Globes, they were like, this is the first time we've jointly ever won one of these awards, because for some fucking weird reason, the Grammys don't, whose name is on the Grammy is like not the way that you would expect it to be. But then like also Elton John actually has not won as many Grammys as you would probably assume that he had, and the ones that he has won were not for songs that he wrote with Bernie Taupin,
and not the Oscars, certainly, because the Oscars that he's won have usually been for stuff that he wrote, like I don't know, Tim Rice.
And so basically that narrative is just gonna fucking take the fuck off, and you know what, I feel completely okay about that.
I'm okay with it too.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just like, not to flex, I'm looking at my own award document of like the Helena Awards, and I'm like, damn, these are really good.
Yes.
You please tell me. Okay,
sucks to be
Helena.
I want us. We're gonna tweet those out, right? Like, we need to tweet them out.
Yes, for sure. Helena, can you? I don't want you to give away like who is nommed for anything. I want you to just do a run through of the categories real quick. Of the Helena
do it.
Awards.
Okay, I'll go from the bottom up, because I kind of have it in kind of how the Academy has it. So I have Best Visual Effects, a lot of the same awards the Academy has. Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing. Instead of Best Original Song, I don't care about that. I have best use of original or non-original songs, so it's most kind of the most inventive use or most memorable use of a song that exists, whether it was written for that movie or not. I really like it. That way I can nominate Marriage Story for singing Sondheim in it. Best original score, best film editing, best costume design, best makeup and hairstyling, best cinematography, best production design, best adapted and original screenplays. Best actor who I'm horny for, but they still couldn't save this picture, which currently has three nominees.
Damn.
I'm pretty proud of them. Best young performer, I'm not going to say who they are right now. Best supporting actress, best supporting actor, best actress, best actor, best ensemble cast, best directing debut, best director, best gay rep,
nice
award for most tears shed by me personally, and then best picture. I've also said like fuck it to the limits on how many people can be nominated. Last year I was trying to be like, well, I'll just do what the Academy does and do like 10 for best picture and 5 for, and like no,
fuck
there's
that.
I basically changed it when I rewatched Parasite with my parents, and I was like, God, everybody in this fucking movie is so good, so I had to expand it so I could nominate more people for acting awards in Parasite. So that's what happened.
Yeah. There you go. I support the shit out of that.
Should I say the best actor who I'm horny for, but they still couldn't save this picture
Yes.
nominees are?
That's the teaser. That's the teaser for this. This is
no, the thing is that's the funniest category by far.
Okay, that's fair.
So I kind of want people to guess.
Okay, that's fair. I won't say.
All right.
I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, I am. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
What about you do Best Picture? I feel like that's a pretty solid
Oh, yeah.
and safe. What were your Best Picture picks?
And Best Picture is really easy because it's just like one of my 5 favorite movies from this year. In alphabetical order, they're The Farewell, Little Women, Pain and Glory, Parasite, and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So the kind of a lot of the nominees are going to be like that. I mean, it's very similar to what the Academy does, where like I really liked some movies a lot, so you're going to see them a lot in these nominees. But like, also mine's better because they're better movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgive you because they're good movies.
Exactly.
Actually.
Yeah.
I just realized I didn't actually look at this, so I'm really excited to read through these.
No, it's very good. It's my favorite part of the award season by far is when Helena creates her Helena awards, and I get to read them.
Thank you. It's fun to do them
because they're always very good, and I always think I could do this, and I think no, because I don't see enough movies.
It's alright, we'll watch them together, and then you can make them 10 years from now.
It's the good shit.
It'll be good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
About stuff that I saw in 2019.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking.
There's still a lot that I haven't seen, right? There's still like a bunch of movies that I haven't seen, some of which I actually do want to see. Like I do genuinely want to see The Irishman. It's just a matter of like how much time I have in my fucking life right now, and it's a 3.5 hour long movie. I
Fuck
really
me
like
running, seriously?
It's like at least 3 hours.
Oh boy.
And
okay.
That's the thing, is like I really like Martin Scorsese. I really like De Niro and Joe Pesci and Pacino. I just like I just like factually me and my family, and I want to watch it with my parents who also want to see it, and like we don't have the time collectively.
That's a goddamn commitment. That is a goddamn commitment.
Yeah, so we just have to find a time to do it. I still really want to see Uncut Gems. I still
That's
want
the
to
movie
see...
that's the one that I was gonna fucking talk about, because not a single nomination for Uncut Gems, which I thought was pretty surprising. I really genuinely thought that Adam Sandler might sneak in there. Because
I just think that it wasn't their thing.
No, that's
fair.
I want to see it really bad. It looks.
Me too.
I think it's gonna make me intensely fucking uncomfortable, but in like a good way.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be incredibly anxious.
Yeah. Well, I read a really interesting. Jewish Currents did like a whole write up on this on this movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, like that was talking about it being a very sort of its own thing, and it's interesting, and I'm really fucking stoked to
yeah, me too,
to check it out at some point soon.
I actually had tickets to it a couple weeks ago, but I was very, very sick, and so I had to stay home. So yeah, but that's okay. I also want to see Ad Astra and High Life and Atlantics and like Hustlers and Honey Boy. There's a ton of stuff that I want to see. I probably won't see all of them before, you know.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I'll see what I'll see, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. I just was looking at the costume nominations and viscerally remembered the time that fucking Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them won Best Costumes because of that goddamn jacket that they put on Colin Farrell, and then I got lost for a second
reason
thinking about the goddamn jacket that they put on Colin Farrell.
Oof.
With those white satin sleeve slashes.
Mm-hmm. Everybody looked real good in Little Women. Timothy Chalamet, like I don't feel it because he's like a child, but also big gender feelings in Little Women.
That's gonna get me, isn't it? Ooh.
I was vibing with that.
All right.
Okay. I mean, it's like not. I mean, it wasn't like it was tough thing. It was just like I want to look at dress like Timothy Chalamet sometimes, which is a horrifying thought, but also true.
Don't we kind of all sometimes want to look and dress like?
Sometimes we all have just like bullshit gender feelings, and that's just something we all have to accept.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true. Oh, and also James Norton was in that movie, and he looked very nice.
My sweet.
I remember I didn't realize he was in that movie until
life.
I saw a flash of him in the trailer, and it was like all I could think was that man's hair was meant to have candlelight reflected in it.
You're right, and you should say it.
It was very disorienting because he has an American accent in it.
Is it a good American accent? Is he good at it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Is it serviceable?
Yeah, no, it's good.
That's
it's fine.
good.
It's not
That's
it's not that
all
the
I
accent
care.
is bad. It's just like I'm so used to him saying being consternated in an English accent
of
about
course.
like, murder and the church and stuff.
It's just
so
odd.
yeah. Anyway,
let's sign off.
on that
let's sign
delightful
off
note.
thinking about how good James Norton's hair looks in.
Yeah, let's sign off on a high note.
James Norton,
Candlelight.
Love him.
love him.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at sneopleatthemovies@gmail.com. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. Our super snazzy logo was designed by Bethany Leuthold. Check her out at Bethany, LEUTHOLD.wix site. That's WIXSITE.com. If you've got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or your own version of the Helena Awards, come on and say hello. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends who you think would enjoy it. Any way you can spread the news really kind of keeps our momentum going, and we would really appreciate it. As always,
coming up on our 1 year.
It's almost here. I can't believe that we, you know what? We fucking committed, and that's, an achievement for all of us, I think, and we're really proud of it, and we're really glad that we get to share it with all of you. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.